What's good, y'all? It's your boys, Dope with Boxing TV. I'm here with a very, very special guest. He's one of the staples here at the studio. He does a lot of his, really all of his work here, and he's been putting in music like crazy. Introduce yourself to the people, man.
No Mas Mala Suerte.
Dude's been putting in work, and when I say he's been putting in work, I'm here in the studio every day, and I damn near see him every single day because he's really putting out music like that. I've probably seen him record over like 100 tracks this past year and a half. He really puts in work like that. And he's coming off the heels of his brand new EP that he just dropped. We're gonna give him an opportunity to talk about that before we talk about the future. It's called Metamorphosis, right?
Yep, Metamorphosis.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's for somebody who's never heard your music and they go to play Metamorphosis, what's one thing they can expect from you?
Let's see. Very unique sound, very different sound. And when I mean, a lot of people could say that, but truly a very unique sound. It's I've not even heard much like myself out there, but I'm inspired by a lot of different sounds, and I just kind of combine it together. Right. It's a lot poppy, rocky, some hip hop, some reggaeton. Just mix it all in there. It's kind of like the formula.
Yeah, kind of got
whatever works.
Got that synth vibe on it too.
Yeah, synth.
Yeah. And B-Boy, did B-Boy produce all the beats on that too, or were some of them separate producers? Or
so B-Boy has produced a lot of beats for me, but there's just so many producers that I work with. I've been working with a lot of different producers for the last 7 years. Mm-hmm. So if I like a track, I mean, I'm not biased at all. I'm not,
right.
If I like a track,
whatever you're vibing to,
whatever I'm vibing to, like when I'm picking a track, I'm picking from like multiple producers that are sending me stuff, and sometimes I'll go through 20 different beats before I find that one that just jumps out at me. So
type shit it be like that. Sometimes you gotta go through all that scrolling and just find that one beat that speaks to your soul. If somebody were to hop on the project and pick one song, what would be your favorite song on that EP? That's probably a hard question.
I mean, Lost in Me would be one that I am very, very sensitive about, because it's kind of like, I don't know, I just was really shocked how I was able to manipulate my own sound, come up with something even that, like, that's what it's been lately, is just me shocking myself, like, oh shit, how did I do that?
Oh yeah. And for people who haven't heard his music before, I've got to hear a lot of songs that he has even like unreleased right now. What kind of feeling, what kind of vibe do you feel like your music brings to people? Because like when I hear it from the outside, the one compliment I always give you on your music is like, this sounds like it could be like in a movie or like movie soundtrack or like a
video game
cut scenes, video games, club type. Like what kind of feeling do you feel like people get from your music?
Well, let's see. When I put a song out, once it goes to a platform, it doesn't no longer belong to me. That's the attitude I have. It belongs to everybody. Right. So I'm very, very selective about what songs I allow to get out there. If it's not ready to me 100%, it's not going to be out there, because I want music that 20 years from now I'm going to be okay with it being out there.
Right.
I have to really choose very carefully about what I put out there, because I don't want to be known for, some nonsense.
Right.
So, I mean,
Absolutely.
One of the biggest things, I guess, is right now I'm putting out what I need to put out there to get heard. But once I got that platform, and I got so much more, I'm going to keep people guessing.
I'm already knowing.
Yeah.
You got a few clips full ready to go.
Yeah, I got an arsenal.
Mm-hmm. And one thing that I feel like sets him apart as an artist too, his live performances are always like, you're one of the rare few artists that could perform in front of people who've never heard your music before and actually like really catch a vibe with it. That's from all the shows that I popped up and seen you at, like, you can capture an audience that's never heard your music before.
I love it.
Which, by the way,
intoxicating.
I was about to say, by the way, you got your next performance May 16th, right?
Oh, well, I got one before that. I'm doing the cookies one. That's right. That's Cinco de Mayo.
That's a big one.
Headliner, Symes Carter, Moniz.
That one's May 10th, right?
That's May 10th at the barn.
Okay.
I don't know too much about the location, but there's a flyer, and I'll be posting it on my sites and everything. So.
Yeah, we'll post the flyer up halfway through the interview at this point too. That's where we'll do the editing magic.
Yeah.
So you got Metamorphosis out. You got these shows coming up. We getting ready to head into summertime. What's summertime gonna look like for you as an artist?
Oh, I got a lot of good summertime music that
I'm already knowing.
I've prepared, and I wanted to get it out last summer, but you know you can't always get what you want. But I'm ready to release a lot of summer singles. You know,
Yeah.
that's what I've done. I've got about 30 to 40 singles released before Metamorphosis. Metamorphosis is very special to me because it's my first album. I mean, it's only 6 songs, but it's my first EP, my first album. I've never put out an album before. I've always just put out singles.
Right.
So this one's a big deal for me, you know. And
So you think going into this next part of the year, it's going to be a lot of single driven?
no, I think it's gonna be EP driven,
Yeah,
and leading up
smart.
to some you know, to an album, Evolve. Metamorphosis is like the beginning of a bigger project that I have in mind. You know, people ask me, what is metamorphosis? Well, it's exactly what it is. It's metamorphing into something, you know, evolving into something better and greater than, you know, what you know you're capable of doing.
Right.
You know,
Right.
it's not about what anybody thinks to me or how anybody feels. It's about how I feel, what I think.
Yeah.
You know, this is pretty much my evolving, my, you know,
Right.
coming out of my shell and really showing myself what I can do. You know.
Hell yeah. So do you think the second EP that you're rolling into, is that going to kind of be a play off of Metamorphosis? Is this something going to be kind of standing on its own?
It's gonna be different. It's
Okay.
gonna be you know, like I got a lot of music that's kind of like
Try to stay kind of close to
I got a lot of music that is kind of like not self help, but it's motivating to people, you know. And I want to get that out there. I want to. It's like you're not alone type music. You know what I mean? Like people
Right,
go
right.
through this. Even I go through this. Like you're not alone. So I want to put a diverse, you know, lineup, you know, out there. Like I just want to just keep showing people the different sides of my artistic, you know.
Right. So when you step into a studio session, I know B-Boy is your main engineer. You guys have worked on countless songs together.
Oh yeah,
I know you guys kind of
dynamic duel.
Oh yeah, and I know you guys have somewhat of a good blueprint formula going on. When you step into a studio session, do you come in with writtens? Do you freestyle when you're in there? Do you vibe it out? Like what's the song making process look like for you when you step into the studio?
So that's the evolving part. Is once upon a time, man, I have some songs, some of my first songs that's taken me over 15, 16 years to write. I know that sounds crazy.
Damn.
And I've moved them around, switched the beats on them, this, that. It's just not right. You know, I'm a perfectionist, and that's my curse.
Right.
But we've gotten to a point where I could just find a beat, and I pretty much freestyle I would say the last 3 years, 2 years, I've been freestyling everything right off the rip. Been picking the beats right before we come in the studio, and I was taught not to do that in the beginning. You know, one of my biggest inspirations and people who got me started this was my brother, and you know, he was really, really strict about having everything memorized, this, that, so you're not wasting studio time, you're not wasting money. You know, get in there, make sure you have everything done. So less takes.
That old school mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this works for me. This is just maybe it's because I'm a little bit older or whatever, but I got a lot more to say.
You're very much
you
of
know?
like a vibe kind of person too.
Yeah.
So like I can see how stepping into the studio, catching your vibe, going through the beats, getting the right thing rolling, then that vibe hitting you, and then you kind of rolling with it. So I mean, to me, in my head, it makes sense. I can see why. I can see why.
Yeah, I feel the beat, and I find the melody in my head. Once I got the melody, and it just kind of picks a topic for me. Once I got the topic, I just write on the melody, write on the topic, and stay on topic.
Right.
So whatever I gotta say is gonna be on topic. I'm not gonna sing a song about it starts this way and it ends this way. It's not. It's gonna be like a story.
Yeah. And shit, you and B-Boy have a really good blueprint going too. You guys are super efficient.
Yeah.
You guys know him really well as an engineer. He knows you really well as an artist, and you guys just
he just knows the formula for me. And you know, I couldn't have done a lot of this without him. I mean, he's been there for me for quite some time, and he studied as an engineer, you got to study your clients. You got to do your due diligence and understand them to the fullest. And I believe he's taking the time to do that. And that's why we work so well together, because he's actually put in a little bit of work on his end to get to know me as an artist.
Oh yeah, facts. No, you guys,
what I sound like, how I'm supposed to sound, just different things like that. So that helps a lot too. And then him being an artist himself, he kind of has an understanding for how, you know, you're supposed to sound this way or it should sound this way. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, but you know, we both have our opinions about shit. It's not always cookies and cream. We can get in there and I like something, he don't like some, whatever, but we compromise.
Yeah.
That's the most important part is we'll compromise.
Right.
That's that's what makes this music great.
Oh yeah. No, facts. Okay, bet. Yeah, I mean, you've been putting in work. The EP you put out was great. I know you've been working with a videographer and photographer.
Yep, Mike Rampy.
Got him
Sean,
right over there behind one of the other cameras. You got any what are you working on right now? You working on short form content, music videos, just running up content in general? What's that looking like?
Okay, so I got that's what people say. How do you run businesses and still do all this at the same time? We got projects. I would say we have projects. It's not just something in particular. We have singles, and we still even have some of the videos to this EP going on right now. We've got plans for future projects already. You know, getting locations already. This, that. There's a lot that goes into this. So
right.
We meet like maybe 3 or 4 times a week, you know, and that's very unheard of for most artists with their, you know, videographers and their photographers. Like, we're on a regular basis. We're friends too. So like, all of us have become this like really tight little unit, this little clique, so that we can, you know, we've been knocking shit out, you know. The support is there right now, you know.
Yeah. So you got that EP out, you got all these shows coming up, all this new music coming out, all this new content coming out. If y'all ain't heard No Mas's music yet, y'all, we're definitely, if you guys are watching this podcast, we're going to have links up. We're going to have flyers up to everything that he's got going on. He's definitely one of those artists that's worth checking out. And he's not, I know Colorado kind of has a lot of people that have the same sound. He really has his own sound and does a really good job blending the different genres together. Yeah, anything else you want to tell him before we wrap this one up?
No, just you can find me on all platforms. No Mas Mala Suerte. That means no more bad luck in Spanish. So, you know, I mean, I'm No Mas. My group, the way we formed it in the beginning is Mala Suerte. There's a lot of people involved in this project. So, but I mean, that's pretty much what happens when we all come together.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, it's a new season of Boxing TV, y'all. I couldn't figure out a better artist to start off the new season with. Keep rocking with us, man. It's gonna be really dope here. 2025. A lot of talented artists in Denver, y'all.